Sometimes the false statements are active statements and sometimes they're passive statements. In other words, false statements of commission and some false statements of omission. So a false statement of commission, no, I haven't transferred anything at all. One of the documents that we include in a bankruptcy petition is something called the Statement of Financial Affairs. And one of the questions in the Statement of Financial Affairs asks about transfers of assets during the past couple of years. And if you leave it blank and the trustee finds out that, well, you did transfer assets, you've committed perjury. So that's something that's really quite serious, and that can give rise to free room and board at a federal penitentiary. An act of omission is, oh, I didn't list these assets. Well, I didn't think it was that important. Oh, really? The house you had in the Cayman Islands you didn't think was important to list? It's amazing some of the things that people have omitted in their bankruptcy petitions. Sometimes, if the person has a business, the business records have been doctored, or for some reason, business records have been lost. Well, that's another way in which there's a false statement, a false claim. All of these will blow up in your face, and it's very important if you're considering bankruptcy to have a certain mindset. You're entering into an agreement with the United States government. The government is going to tell your creditors to take a hike, whether it's you don't get any money or you're only going to get some through maybe a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 11 plan of reorganization. And in exchange, you're going to make a clean breast of it. You're going to tell the truth. You're going to disclose everything. And my philosophy is, when in doubt, don't leave it out. Disclose, disclose, disclose. You will not have problems if you're honest. You have very serious potential problems if you are not honest. So there are lots of false statements a person can make. Some we can classify as minor in nature. I remember a case I had some years ago where my client was very detail-oriented. And when we went to the meeting of creditors, this was, of course, after I had submitted the petition, the trustee swore him in and asked one of the questions, is a standard question is, did you list all of your assets, everything that you own? And he said no. And I perked up. I thought we had been very thorough. And the trustee said, oh, what did you leave out? He said, 2 pencils. I forgot to list my 2 pencils. I thought the trustee was going to explode in laughter. His face turned red. This was really quite something. This was a level of detail I had not come across before. That's of a minor nature. That's de minimis. Okay, so he hadn't listed his 2 pencils, but I don't think anybody's going to get worked up over that. But if it's material, well, you didn't list that Swiss bank account that has $100,000 in it. That's much more serious. So you don't necessarily have to be like my former client and want to make sure you've listed every pencil you have. I suppose maybe you could have some rare pencil that belonged to George Washington, but these were just normal pencils. But if it's something of a more serious nature, yes, you've got to list everything. And that even goes down to your clothing. I'll sometimes have a chat with a potential client who says, no, I own nothing. Oh, okay. So you have no clothes. You just wander around naked. Oh, well, I do have clothes. So believe it or not, we even list your clothes. Yes, they're exempt. No one's going to come and strip you bare, but you do have to list everything that you own. So within the realm of falsehood, be careful. Better to make a clean breast of it and be honest and over disclose rather than under disclose.